The book of Isaiah, chapter 10. Woe to those who decree decrees of injustice and writers who write toil, to turn aside the poor from judgment, to steal justice from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, that they may rob orphans. And what will you do in the day of visitation and of destruction? It comes from far away. To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? Surely he will grovel over the prisoners, and they will fall under the slain. In all his anger does not his anger does not turn away, but his hand is still stretched out. Woe to Assyria, the rod of my anger, and my fury is the staff in their hand. I will send him against a profane nation, against the people of my wrath I will command him to plunder, and to strip off spoil, and to trample them like mud of the streets. Yet he does not propose this, nor does his heart think so. For it is in his heart to destroy and to cut off not a few nations. For he says, are not my commanders like kings? Is not Calno like Carchemish? Is Hamath not like Arpad? Is Samaria not like Damascus? As my hand has found the kingdoms of the idols, for their carved images excel those of Jerusalem and Samaria. Shall I not do to Jerusalem and her idols as I have done to Samaria and her idols? And it will be when Yahweh has broken off all his work on Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will sit on the fruit of the proud heart of the king of Assyria, and on the glory of his lofty eyes. For he says, I have worked by the strength of my hand and by my wisdom, for I am wise, and I take away the borders of peoples, and have robbed their treasures, and like a mighty one, I have subdued the inhabitants. And my hand has found the riches of the people, like a nest. I have gathered all the earth, as forsaken eggs are gathered, and there is not one moving a wing, or opening a mouth, or one chirping. Shall the axe glorify itself over him chopping with it? Or shall the saw magnify itself over him moving it? As a staff could raise what is not wood, therefore the Master Yahweh of hosts shall send leanness among his fat ones, and under his glory will kindle a burning like the burning of fire. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and briars in one day. And he shall consume the glory of his forest and his fruitful field, even from soul to flesh, and it shall be as a sick man melts away. And the rest of the tribes of the forest shall be few, so that a boy might write them. And it shall be in that day the remnant of Israel and the escaped ones from the house of Jacob shall not any more lean on him who struck him, but they will truly lean on Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. The remnant shall return, the remnant of Jacob, to mighty El. For though your people Israel is like the sand of the sea, only a remnant of it shall return, a decisive end, overflowing with righteousness. For Adonai Yahweh of hosts is making a full end, even ordained in the midst of the land. So Adonai of hosts says this, O my people who dwell in Zion, do not fear Assyria. He shall strike you with a rod, and he shall lift up his staff against you in the way of Egypt. But yet a little while, and the fury is finished, and my anger shall be over their destruction. And Yahweh of hosts shall stir up a whip on him, according to the striking of Midian at the rock of Oreb. And as his rod was on the sea, and he lifted it up in the way of Egypt. And it shall be in that day, his burden shall turn away from on your shoulder, and his yoke from your neck, and the yoke shall be destroyed because of anointing. And it has come to Ahath. He has passed to Migron, and he has left his baggage at Michmash. They have crossed the ford, they have bedded down at Gibeah. Ramah is afraid, Gibeah of Saul has fled. Shriek with your voice, daughter of ruins. Bow, Laish, afflicted of Anathoth. Madmenah wanders. Those living in Gibeon take refuge. Yet the remains in Nob today be like shake. He will shake his hand against the mount of the daughter of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Behold, the Master Yahweh of hosts shall lop the bow of terror, and the lofty ones shall be cut down, and the proud shall be humbled. And he shall cut down the thickets and the forest with iron, and Lebanon shall fall by a mighty one.